Hello and good evening to all of you. As we all know that poverty is a subjective issue. That's why to decide poverty line or to decide poverty is not as easy as deciding something which is quantitative in nature. If you want to measure 1 kg of milk, it is very easy as you have the parameters. But since poverty is subjective in nature, it cannot be measured as accurately as it happens in case of milk in liter, in case of distance in kilometer, and other things. That's why if you consider the definition given by United Nations. So United Nations says that poverty means if you are lacking in your capacity where you are not effectively participating in the society. So if your effective participation is not happening in the society, it means you are a poor. This is the perspective of United Nations. At the same time, if you take the view of World Bank, the definition of poverty of World Bank is numeric in nature. As World Bank says that if anyone in this world is earning less than 1.90 dollar, you can say $2 in a day. If anyone is earning less than $2 in a day, round figure, it means he is living below poverty line. And you can take any one's definition, you will get to know that around half of the population of this world is living below the poverty line. But I will not stop only in these international institutions, as we will be discussing the poverty of India. Hence, the first Nobel laureate in the field of economy in India, Amartya Sen. What did he say about poverty? Amartya Sen, born in where? Bengal. There was a saying about Calcutta that what Calcutta thinks today, India thinks tomorrow. Because that time the people like Rabindranath Tagore and all these people, when this whole freedom struggle was going on, so that time Calcutta used to be known as the nervous center. Amartya Sen, what did he say? He was awarded with the Nobel Prize of Economy in 1998, and he said basically Amartya Sen was completely against the poverty line which has been decided by World Bank or any institution. Those were giving emphasis on the numeric values. If you see through the glasses of Amartya Sen, for Amartya Sen it does not matter this $2 or $20. Amartya Sen said that if there is a woman and she is earning $2 or even if she is earning $200, but if the woman is not participating in the decision making, or if the woman does not have any authority to decide how many children we want to have in our family, If the woman doesn't have any right to decide with whom should I get married of, if the woman doesn't have any right to choose whether where should I go and where should I not, if all these social parameters are not there, then no matter you are earning $2, $20, or $200, you will remain poor, at least in front of or the people who believe in this ideology. Amartya Sen basically gave importance to the factors those are very much close to the factors of human development index, like the health, education, and per capita income is also there, but his main focus was not on the money. So are there are so many definitions of poverty. However, it does not mean everyone's point of view is different. So we should not decide the poverty on the basis of numeric value or on the basis of other things. We did, because if you see before independence, the people like Dadabhai Nauroji, they discussed a lot about the poverty, the drain of wealth theory is there. But today I will be talking about the poverty related committees post independence, how they decided the poverty in India. And the very first committee, which was established by the Planning Commission in the year 1962. 1962. This is also called Working Planning Committee. Working Planning Committee. Actually, this committee, since it was headed by D.R. Gadgil. D.R. Gadgil used to be the vice chairman of the Planning Commission at that time. That's why this committee, which was constituted in 1962 by Planning Commission, is also known as the Gadgil Committee. And what were the suggestions of this Gadgil Committee? The first thing what was said, which is important enough, that if anyone in the rural areas is earning less than 20 rupees and in the urban areas is earning less than 25 rupees, he will be treated as a poor, or he will come in the BPL category. So this was the very first committee of Independence India which tried to estimate the poverty line. Since it was the very first, that's why means there was a scope to establish the other committees. Therefore, what happens that 9 years later, in the year 1971, Dandekar Committee. Dandekar. There may be some mistake in spelling, but you understand my emotions. 1971 Dandekar Committee. And what this committee estimated? It is said that this was the first committee which used the samples provided by NSO to estimate the poverty in India. National Sample,
Survey.
yes, Survey Organization. So the data were collected from that NSO, and those data were used by this committee to estimate the poverty line. As far as these values are concerned, so this committee told that in the rural areas, if anyone is earning 15 rupees, and in the urban areas, if anyone is earning 22.5, not in a month, not in a day, I mean, per month. So if anyone is earning in a month less than 15 rupees in rural areas and less than 22.5 in urban areas, he will be counted as a poor person. This was the one of the crucial suggestion of the Dandekar Committee, 1971. Again, because government of India wanted to understand poverty in a much better sense, that's why what happened that time to time they kept on. Even now the committees, because the knowledge should be contemporary. Why contemporary? Because the price estimation, the 20 and 25 rupees, it was based on the year 1960 and 1961. At that time, the value of our currency was completely different. This was also 1960 and 1961. In the Dandekar Committee, one more thing was discussed about the calorie. And this committee told that 2250 calories are necessary. And in order to get that calorie, you have to have at least this much amount of money in rural areas and in urban areas. By the way, when you divide, because it is per capita per day and it is for a month, so when you divide, so it will come 0.5, I mean 50 paisa. So if you are earning 50 paisa, you can get this much calorie. But it was not, very scientifically designed. As a result, what happened? 8 years later, a very significant committee, this question was asked in UPPSC and MPPSC as well, that what was the name of that committee which estimated India's poverty line for the very first time on the basis of nutrition. MPPSC and UPPSC.
Alag committee.
Yes, Alag committee. Alag. This was established in the year 1979. Alag committee. It was a very crucial committee because this committee, what was said in committee before this one, Dandekar, 2250 calories for the rural people and for the urban people. But Alag committee, it was said that how can you treat the people of rural areas and the people of urban areas on the same boat? The people of urban areas, they don't do as much physical work as is done by the people of rural areas. The people of urban areas may be having the cars or four-wheelers or any other vehicle in order to go from one place to another. By the way, it was little difficult because we were talking, almost 40 to 45 years back. But even then, always there was a gap between the urban areas and the rural areas. And the people of rural areas, they may not be having even the bicycles sometimes. Because by that time, having bicycle used to be a symbol of eliteness.
दहेज भी मिलता था
All right, during dowry, the bicycles and radios were very famous. The ISRO's rocket was placed on the bicycle. So cycle. So this Allah committee, it gave emphasis that you cannot treat the people of rural areas and the urban areas on the same board. They perform physically more work, that's why they require more energy. They require more energy, and what Alak committee told that 2400 calorie is needed for the people who live in the rural areas and 2100 calorie for the people who live in the urban areas. Apart from this, one more important thing was said by Alak committee, because in Dandekar committee, means only consumption was discussed, only consumption was mentioned, the calories were mentioned. But Alak committee went one step further and told that within the calorie, because what was the objective of Dandekar? To provide somehow 2250 calorie energy for the people urban and for the people rural. Alak committee is saying, okay, we believe what Dandekar is saying, because his objective is to provide the calorie somehow. But calorie, this 2250, according to the Dandekar, this calorie you can get by eating 3 kg potato in a day. During your breakfast, 1 kg potato, because 1 kg potato has 700 to 800 calorie energy. During lunch, 1 kg potato, and during dinner also. So you are fulfilling your calorie requirement, but you tell me, are you also fulfilling your nutritional requirements? Because potato does not have all the things. Modern science is discussing the balanced diet, where you need to have the pulses as well to get a sufficient amount of protein. Sometimes non-veg the fishes to get the omega-3, meat, chicken for fat, carbohydrate, protein. You require all those things. Then only the body can grow in a balanced manner. But if you only keep on eating potato, then no doubt the this calorie can be fulfilled. But you may face some health related issues as you are only eating the carbohydrates, as it is a big component inside a potato or starch. So Alak committee told that we should focus on the nutritional requirements, not only on the calorie. It was an important point inserted by Alak committee, and this was the question which was asked, because exclusively this committee focused on the nutritional requirement. By the way, this thing is also given in the Tendulkar committee, but I don't understand if this committee first time mentioned, then why it is also mentioned means in Tendulkar committee. Anyway, we will look at it. So the initial committee was the working 1962, after that Dandekar, and the third one is the Alak committee. After that the committee comes that is known as Lakdawala. Lakdawala. Lakdawala committee was established in 1993 by the same planning commission. And the main concentration of the Lakdawala committee was that Lakdawala basically told that look, India is a very unique sort of country. It has so many states, at present 28 states and 8 union territories. Lakdawala told that every state in India has a unique requirement. The onion which you are getting in Nasik in 10 or 20 rupees kg, you cannot get in the same amount in Delhi, because in Nasik the production of onion happens comparatively more than which happens in Delhi or in any other states in our country. In the same way, in South India, you may have to give 15 to 20 rupees for one single chapati, as compared to Delhi, where you may get in 5 rupees the same chapati, because the production of wheat is not as much in South India as it is in UP and Bihar. So Lakdawala told that if every state has different kind of geographical situations, so why should we not make the poverty line, or why should we not decide this poverty on the basis of the states? Every state must be having a different poverty line. So this was the, you can say, one of the important point or suggestion given in the Lakdawala committee. But again, government thought that we want to get more meaningful definition or understanding of this poverty. As a result, what happens? A very famous committee, because this committee, I mean, believe me, even an illiterate man
Sachin Tendulkar
can tell you what means is this committee, because this is a Tendulkar committee. Okay, Tendulkar, but it is not Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. This is a different Tendulkar. This committee was established in 2005, but it submitted its report in 2009. 2009. This Tendulkar committee gave some important suggestions. The first of them was that first time in the independence India, this committee added the factors like education and health in order to estimate the poverty line. First time it was done, because in the working committee 1962, which was headed by D.R. Gadgil, he believed that the responsibility of education and the responsibility of health is the responsibility of the state. These two things belongs to the state. You require the education, state is there. You require health, state is there. So that's why they did not include the factors of education and health while deciding the poverty line or while deciding the numeric value of poverty, 20 rupees or 25 rupees. But first time it was done by Tendulkar committee. And according to Tendulkar committee, 27 rupees in the rural areas and 33 rupees in the urban areas.
33 or 32.
Actually, somewhere it is written 32 and 26. All right, and somewhere it is written 27 and 30. So, in whichever you are convenient, you can take. So, 27 and 33, rural and urban. Even taking these components, around 22% people of India came below poverty line. And what happened when this thing was, it came in the light, so media and other social institutions, they protested a lot and a huge cry happened because of these kinds of suggestions. Other than this, what was evaluated by Tendulkar committee, that first time the Tendulkar committee used the mixed recall period. Mixed recall period. Because before Tendulkar committees, all the committees had used the universal record period. Universal record period. But this committee used the mixed recall period. Now, what is this mixed recall and universal recall? I will tell, and after that I will bind up my session, at least for today. So this mixed recall and universal recall period, actually look, you take an example, you are going to any village and in that village there are some people. So what will you do in universal record period? That you will ask to them, because you want to decide what? This 27 and 33. Okay, but this is not monthly, this is on a daily basis, per capita per day. Where is in the first committee, working committee, that was 20 rupees, it was monthly basis. Even in Dandekar committee, it was monthly basis. And in this committee, in this 27, it is on a daily basis. So how to understand this 27 rupees is sufficient enough in order to get that much of calorie? Or some other things. Because to come out of the poverty, you don't require only food, you also require the clothes. All right, medicines and some other things. So what happened? That means they asked to the villagers that you tell me what have you used in last 1 month. And some of them told that I purchased 1 kg of mustard oil. Another one told that I purchased 1 banyan. Someone told that I purchased 1 pair of shoe. Somebody told that I purchased 2 pieces of soaps. So on and so forth. So this was the universal record period, because everything they evaluated on a monthly basis. But when this Tendulkar committee came in 2005 and gave the report in 2009, it used the mixed record period. The mixed record period means Tendulkar committee told that you cannot take everything on a monthly basis, because how many people are there who are purchasing the shoes every month. And at least in villages, nobody purchases the shoes on a every month. They are purchasing once and they may not purchase continuously for 2 or even for 3 years, or depends how strong the shoes is. If somehow he is getting the woodland, then his generations will wear that shoes. By the way, they cannot afford the woodland. So, in the mixed recall period, it was said that look, you divide these things in two baskets, not only in one basket. In one basket, you can place the things those are used on a monthly basis. For instance, the mustard oil 1 liter, certainly you will purchase next month. The flour to make the chapatis, you will purchase the next month. The soaps and these kinds of things you will certainly purchase on a monthly basis. But who will purchase the shoes on a monthly basis? So this will be purchased on a yearly basis. The health expenditure on a yearly basis, because by the way, the people who live in the rural areas, they are comparatively more healthier than the people who live in the urban areas. So why they will become ill on a daily basis or on a monthly basis? So these kinds of expenditure you must record on an yearly basis. So this was the mixed recall period which was used by the Tendulkar committee in order to understand the poverty in a much more better sense, to make it much more meaningful. However, there is one more record period which was used by the Rangarajan committee. So we will discuss rest of the things in our tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.